How happy are you? Well, I guess that's a good question, especially after this very nice evening event yesterday. But this is not about happiness in general. This is about your trust in and relationship with SAP. So for the next 15 minutes, I will share an overview of SAP Listens, SAP's Voice of the Customer program, share the high-level feedback from you, our customers, what have you told us, and what have we done with the feedback. I'm from the cold north, Denmark, the homeland of the great storyteller Hans Christian Andersen. That's why I have this charming accent. So let me start by telling you a story about a very memorable customer experience that has stayed with me for a long time. It all began back in 1997. That's where I met a very important person, Herbert Schmidt, a German policeman. On a summer day in July, the family were on their way on summer vacation by car, me and my husband, and two girls, one 9-year-old and our newborn baby girl, only 3 months old. And you probably know how that is. Tons of luggage, and with a newborn, also a lot of baby gear, strollers, and so on. Baby girl in her baby seat in the back, and the 9-year-old with all her blankets, duvet, pillows, books, and toys. Full house in the back. I would say it looked a little like this. Finally, ready to go, some lights started flashing inside our Peugeot. More stress. We called the mechanics, and he told us, do not shut the engine down. Keep it running at all times. Then you will be able to reach the homeland of Peugeot tomorrow, or not homeland of France, of Peugeot tomorrow in France, and can get it fixed. So we went. First pit stop is close to Hanover to get gasoline, and with a clear and agreed family governance model. Husband to take care of refueling the car and to take care of the big girl. I was supposed to take care of the baby girl. So I left the car to change her diapers. Coming back to the car, still with the motor running, installing the baby girl, leaving the gas station, driving fast on the highway, traffic is good, the sun starts to fade, quietness in the back, bliss and holiday are waiting. So looking at my husband, feeling grateful, tell him, honey, I'm going to take a nap, then I will be fresh later in the evening to entertain you, and of course also to take care of the baby. So I get ready to take a nap, turn my head to look at my adorable baby girl, but also to say goodnight to the big girl. So I take my hand under all that soft stuff where she's supposed to be. Empty, empty, she's not there. So I let my lean over in the seat and follow it. She's not there, the seat is empty. And there's really no other places to hide in a Peugeot, right? So what to do without panicking my husband? So I said, honey, I think we have forgot our 9-year-old daughter at the gas station. So out came the mobile phone, and that was a big one in 1997, dialing 911. Guten Tag, ich bin Frau Tang. Ich glaube, dass ich habe meine Tochter vergessen. Good, hello, I'm Mrs. Tang. I think I have forgotten my daughter. The emergency person at the other end simply replied, ruhig, take it easy, breathe in, explain. How does she look like? I will send an inquiry out right away. And my name is Herbert Schmidt. Here's my personal phone number. Call me back in 15 minutes. And on these German highways, there are usually a lot of kilometers between the exits. So further we went, away from the daughter, waiting desperately for the 15 minutes to pass, imagining all the sorts of things that could happen to a 9-year-old in a foreign country. How unhappy she must be, just left behind by the two people she should be able to trust most in the world. So finally the 15 minutes were gone, and we called, and Herbert Schmidt said, ruhig, Frau Tang, wir haben Ihre Tochter, we have your daughter. So we drove like mad back to the gas station, and outside that, Herbert Schmidt and our daughter were standing. We turned off the engine, running out of the car, kissing, hugging, crying. A happy ending? but now with a complete dead car. But who took care to first securing 2 cold beers to get our nerves down, then to call the mechanics, then explain the situation and push for fast support? Herbert Schmidt, my German policeman, a man I will never forget. So what was so special about Herbert Schmidt? Well, he exceeded my expectations. He took full responsibility. He was committed to customer success and without any judgment. Fantastic. That is the power of one person making a huge impact and making a difference. Listening to his customers, fulfilling the needs, knowing what to do, and never letting me alone. He let my voice be heard. And we have the same intention with the SAP Listens, where you can let your voice be heard. So my experience with Herbert Schmidt opened my eyes to what service and great customer experience is all about. And somewhere or another, this has always been part of my work journey. And today, I'm responsible for SAP Listens in Europe, Middle East, and Africa. So let's travel 15 years in time to 2012. That's where SAP changed our customer loyalty measurement metrics, and today we call it SAP Listens. The SAP Listens program in the office of the CEO, Bill McDermott, undertakes regular customer surveys to listen and act on your feedback. We use these surveys to give customers the opportunity to tell us what you think about your relationship with SAP in terms of how likely you would be to recommend SAP to others, the perceived value of your SAP solutions and our services, and your overall experience in working with SAP. These surveys are not a standalone. They are intended to be the first step in having a conversation with you about how you see the relationship. And the real benefits comes from the actions that results from these conversations. So in 2012, we changed the process and moved away from a heavy 30-minute questionnaire to a simple online survey, 10 questions in total, covering your main touchpoints with SAP. And today, the survey takes about 5 minutes to complete. Customers from all regions and all industries are invited to join the survey once a year. So what do? We use the Net Promoter System, invented in 2003 by an American consultancy called Bain & Company. And we do it by asking the ultimate loyalty question. And in this case, how likely would you be to recommend SAP to a colleague or a business acquaintance? This question and 9 others are measured on an 11-point scale from 0 to 10. On top, you are given the option to describe why you have rated us the way you have, and also give us an option to explain the one thing that SAP should do to improve the customer experience. The Net Promoter Score, or the loyalty score, is then calculated by taking the percentage of promoters, scores 9 and 10, minus the percentage of detractors, ratings 0 to 6. Passive scores 7 and 8 are not included in the calculations. So the NPS score can range from minus 100 if you only have detractors or very unhappy customers, to plus 100 if you have happy customers only. So would I recommend Herbert Schmidt, my German policeman, to a friend, a colleague, or a business acquaintance? Well, he definitely gets a 10 from me, so his NPS would then be 100. When we initiate surveys at SAP, we focus both on quality and quantity of the feedback. And this is, of course, to provide some reliable insight and also to analyze trends and be able to address different levels of challenges. And SAP is not the only company using the Net Promoter System. The Net Promoter System helps companies in all industries to get insight and build customer loyalty. Lego, ISS, Sarah, Telefonica, and many others are using the same method. But your decision to recommend SAP recommend on a few things. It does not make sense to make a heads-on comparison from continent to continent, country to country, or even industry to industry. There are huge cultural and geographical differences. Us from the cold north tend to be very reluctant to give high scores. You in the South are much better at using the full scale, and Americans, well, they are just happy, so they usually give high scores. So a benchmark on loyalty scores per country will not make sense. What is most important is to look at the difference from year to year. Is there a positive development? And then, of course, launch some initiatives that can improve certain raised topics. And now to the result from the customer jury, you. As mentioned, the response rate is of course extremely important to identify trends to change. In 2012, we did 2 surveys with a 67% response rate for the full SAP group and 43% for Spain. In 2013, we conducted only 1 survey wave. Hence, you will also see a decrease to a 52% response rate for the SAP group and 41% for Spain. In 2014, this year, we are running 2 survey waves, one running at the moment that would end on June 17. And there we have a response rate that is 50% for the full group and 43% for Spain. The second wave this year will run in October. When talking about NPS, Net Promoter Score, or your level of satisfaction with SAP, then we also see a positive development. For the NPS group, for the SAP group, the NPS has grown from 8.9 in 2012 to 12.1 in 2013. And today we have a preliminary NPS of 32.3, just as of today, this morning. For Spain, we also see a huge increase from minus 5.8 in 2012 to 0.9 in 2013, and today we see a preliminary NPS of 32.1. We are very, very happy to see this increase, both on a global level, but especially here in Spain. It's a result of an increased customer focus, but we will of course dig deeper into the feedback from the 2014 survey wave. Our ambition is not to stop here, but to make things better. But these are just numbers or indicators. What's behind them and what's in it for you? And since we ask you, we also generate an expectation that something will be done with the feedback. Behind the numbers are lots and lots of feedbacks and comments from you. Again, the power of one comes into play. All feedback has been carefully analyzed. Some of you have been individually contacted to address questions and to deep dive into specific topics to identify actions. And through in-person focus groups with selected customers in all regions and in close collaboration with the SAP user group community, and especially Alsabe, we have been digging deeper into the survey feedback and identified some of the root causes or key reasons of why you find SAP great and why you sometimes find SAP a little difficult to do business with. Knowing these root causes has helped us better understand what you would like to see as a desired experience. So what is going on? What are we doing to close the loop on your feedback? What you call for the most is simplification, not only in Spain, but around the world. So our strategy is to simplify everything so you can do anything. So how will we do that? Some examples. In 2013, we launched an SAP Listen section on the SAP Service Marketplace. This is to give you insight into the global projects that we have initiated to address your most important issues. At the moment, 18 projects are listed on this site, from maintenance extension policy to licenses process guide to support. And this global project list will grow over time to reflect your feedback and of course new survey findings. And when talking about support, we have just launched a new SAP One support program, covering all SAP solutions, regardless of how they're deployed, in the cloud, on-premise, or in hybrid scenarios. Our new SAP One support program drives simplicity by harmonizing the support offerings, reducing the complexity of IT landscapes. SAP One Support provides a single access point regardless of technology, deployment, method, or SAP solution. Another thing you ask for is improved user experience. And it is part of SAP's user experience strategy to give you a simpler, consistent experience, whether you are on a desktop or on a mobile device. If it's not simple to consume, there's no value. So as mentioned by Bill McDermott at Sapphire last week, a world-class user experience will be included in all our solutions. And on trust and relationship and account management, you have made a clear point. You ask for reliable and stable companions on your SAP journey. Both in 2012 and in 2013, many of you stated that frequent change of SAP contacts and lack of knowledge transfer disrupted the relationship. You want long-term relationship with your key contacts at SAP. And that is now a core focus, top-down, and also for the Spanish leadership team. So, from my perspective, this is a state-of-the-art customer experience journey, linked beautiful together with other customers' influence program, like Customer Connection, the Customer Engagement Initiative, and the Industry Advisory Councils, where many of you and the user groups play a vital role. We are serious about this, and we know how much power one customer can have. So please stay tuned, follow the worldwide progress on the SAP listens on the Service Marketplace, make us feel happy, and make your voice heard in upcoming surveys. Join us on this very important journey, and feel free to get in touch to discuss. Herbert Schmidt listened to me and made a difference on my journey. Thank you for listening to me. I can assure you that SAP will do the same. Listen and act on your feedback and make your SAP journey an enjoyable experience. And good luck tomorrow on your journey to win.